Yeah. I'll start.
Yeah, you can start.
Good evening and welcome to PhanTV. Tonight, the Peterborough Dalrod Phantoms will play host to the Manchester Phoenix.
Yeah, a fun old game this is going to be. Obviously, Phantoms needing a couple of points from this as well, but Phoenix obviously without their player coach Tony Hand, so it should be a bit more of an opportunity there for Phantoms to put a mark on the game.
Absolutely. Now, last night for the Manchester Phoenix, they went down 4-1 to the Guildford Flames down in Surrey, with their normal netminder Jorge El Haj being pulled part of the way through the game and the backup going in. However, similar story for the Phantoms playing down in Wiltshire when they took on the Swindon Wildcats, going down 6-2. Again, part of the way through the game, starting netminder Damien King being pulled in favour of Dan Lane.
Yeah, again, it's always good to see Dan Lane getting some extra ice time as well. But at the end of the day, you got to give it to John to try something new out as well. So obviously, he's exploring his options and seeing, if something doesn't work, try something else. So you've got to give him some credit for that.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, we've got a little bit of team news for this week. Matt.
Yeah, a little bit. Obviously, Jamie Line suffered I believe it was a separated shoulder, an injury not related to hockey, it was actually to do with work. So that's unfortunate. That could sideline him for up to a month, I believe. And then Joseph Sladek suffered an ankle injury, I believe, yesterday, or at least aggravated it yesterday in the Swindon game as well. So hopefully won't be out for too long, but it could sideline him at least for tonight's game as well.
Indeed, absolutely. Speaking to Joseph Sladek earlier on, he's sprained his ankle. It's not as bad as a lot of people feared originally last night. And seeing him walking around the rink today, he's actually got weight evenly on both feet, so it could be a good thing. He certainly doesn't seem to think it's overly bad, so him missing games tonight is merely a precaution.
That's right, yeah. So, but saying that, looking forward now to the actual game itself, you've got to expect that it's going to be a bit of a feisty one, Dan. Phantoms have got form against Manchester, both home and away. So, you never know, it might be going the distance again to maybe perhaps another overtime result.
Well, I've got to admit, personally, I hope not. I'd like to see this settled in regulation time. And as you say, I mean, the Phantoms have got the form against Phoenix. Definitely playing in here. The referee tonight shouldn't make too much of a difference. It's Roman Sux again.
Yeah.
Who, let's face it, when he's just here to ref and when people aren't getting on his back, he's a good ref.
Definitely.
So I'd be happy to give him plenty of time for that one tonight. So the boys coming out for their warm-up now. We'll leave you to it. We'll be back after the game with a bit of analysis and the interviews.
Exactly. Right, we'll see you then.
899s. Okay, and welcome back. We've seen the highlights now of Peterborough Dalrod Phantoms taking on the Manchester Phoenix. Final score this evening, Manchester Phoenix 4, Peterborough Dalrod Phantoms 9. And no, you didn't hear things, it was 9 goals. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. It was. I thought it was just a really good game to see. I think everybody playing their part to the full.
Absolutely. I mean, 9 goals. Okay, let's look at some of the mitigating factors.
Yeah.
Phoenix short bench, they had 12 out skaters. They're icing their backup and their backup goalie, both of which got minutes tonight as well. In a way, I think that's actually good to see.
Yeah.
The game was pretty much beyond reach by that point, and so to give both goalies some time out was a good one. So there, I think some of the refereeing decisions that went against Manchester were interesting. Now, I've got to admit, there's a little part of me there that is actually rather glad they've gone against someone else rather than against us.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often, so we'll enjoy that while it lasts. But Manchester aren't a team you can take lightly. Even when they turn up with 12 skaters, you can't take them lightly, can you?
No, definitely. They have the ability to grind out a result regardless, and I think Phantoms executed, sort of the right way, the right amount, to the full, really, to ensure that they came out with the 2 points at the end of it.
Absolutely, and execution really is what it seemed like towards the end.
Yeah.
I mean, there were chances of, we want 10, and I think with maybe a minute and a half to go, that was a possibility. But when you watch Manchester, they didn't give up. They did literally throw in the towel, but they didn't throw in the towel.
No.
During the game.
No, you're right, and it was good to see that even though they are short bench, I'm sure they were getting tired. It is the second game of the weekend for them. That they probably were. Their heads were still in there. They were able to see the game through without completely giving up, and a lot of lesser teams would do, and it was just great to see. In fact, some better teams would as well. So it just goes to show that they have immense character as well. So credit to them on that.
Okay, well, we're going to leave you now. We're going to leave you with some words we had with. I've forgotten
Maris
who.
Ziedins.
Yeah, Maris. Yes, we spoke to Maris. Feels like such a long time ago with that result. It's weird. Yeah, we spoke to Maris, we spoke to James Ferrara and captain and man of the match Jeff Glowa. So we'll leave you with those guys, and we'll see you on Thursday when the Peterborough Dalrod Phantoms play their rearranged game with the Telford Tigers. That's Thursday evening, 7:45 face-off here at Planet Ice in Bratton. Good night.
Okay. Maris, a triumphant victory tonight against one of the tougher teams to play in the league. How do you feel your weekend's been?
Well, we definitely finished on a good note. Yesterday's game was very average, so we felt like we had to come back and perform a lot better, which I think, apart from the first 10 minutes we did, we jumped out on him, didn't really give him much chance to stay in the game.
Yeah, and obviously they were short bench as well tonight, which obviously is going to be part of the excuses. I'm sure they'd start reeling out. But obviously Tony Hand away as well, that must have an effect. Does it make things easier for you to play with guys like that not on the ice?
Well, it does have an effect on a team like Manchester, but you can't take away the credit from the rest of the guys. They're still very skilled guys on paper. They've got good defensive squad. Tony more or less runs the plays and everything else, so it was a bit disruptive, without him. But in Manchester we played and Tony wasn't there, and we struggled against him. But I think tonight we were just better in every really sense of being quicker to the puck, shot quicker. We outnumbered him, outworked him. So
definitely. Now, as well, you hit the, not just yourself, but the team as a whole hit the net as well quite a lot tonight. Was that something that's sort of been sort of worked on, or is it just that it's coming good now?
Yeah, we had a meeting before the game that we have to shoot the puck a lot more to give ourselves more chances to score, which is a common sense. Today we had about 40 shots on net, so I think that's a really good number, especially against a team like Manchester.
Definitely. Now, obviously the hard work's not completely over yet. You still got Thursday as well. You've got a game midweek, so you've got Telford as well, which is a rescheduled game. But they're coming up here. How do you think that's going to be?
Well, it'll be another game night for us. It's unusual to play on Thursdays, but we have to find a way to get ready and be focused, and that's a must-win for us. We have to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and it's Valentine's Day, but there's not going to be any love, is there?
No, there's no Valentine's Day for us, and there won't be no love on the ice.
Excellent. Maris, thanks so much for joining us tonight. Thanks very much, and well done on your goal as well.
Thank you.
Right, James Ferrara, a full-on game for you this evening, but overall you've got the victory, so you must be quite happy with that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, our first period could have been better, but the second and third you can't fault. We played our system to a T and delivered. Took our chances when they came and shut them out. We didn't give them many chances, and even missing a few guys, they've got a good offensive, some good offensive forwards out there. So we managed to take our chances. Damo stood big in the second and third, and we just fully deserved the win. Definitely.
Now, you guys clicking quite nicely, as you and your brother obviously playing alongside Andre Lauco. Got pretty much the lion's share of the points as well on the I would say on the team tonight. But how do you feel that is? Do you feel like you guys are clicking?
Yeah, definitely. We're enjoying playing with each other, I think, right now. Me and Luke kind of know where each other are, and Laux he's really clever at finding space and supporting the puck. So wherever the puck goes, he's going to be supporting through the middle or into an empty space. So it's easy to play with. We're all quite similar players, and we're finding each other quite well. Same as the first line, it clicked really well tonight and scored some great goals. I thought G was particularly good tonight.
Yeah.
His work ethic and his passing was terrific. So yeah, all the lines are clicking really well. Third put in a great shift, got a great goal last night as well. So if we continue like that, we should be winning more than we lose.
Definitely. Now, obviously, I don't really want to linger too much on last night as well, but obviously a disappointing one. But how do you feel that sort of what changed between last night and tonight?
We weren't very good for the full 60 minutes yesterday. First period was good. Swindon are an extremely powerful offensive team, and if you give them any chance, they'll punish you for it. Defensively, they're weak, and I think we created as many chances as them. And we just didn't bury our chances, and they took theirs. We gave away some silly goals, things on breakaways and stuff. And it's not Damo's fault that they get 5 breakaways in one period. So it's just one of those things we have to work on when we play that team. They're extremely offensive and cheat a lot. Clear the zone quick, and we didn't match that last night, and we didn't take our chances when we had them in the second and third periods. And we didn't put in a shift for 60 minutes. But it's just one of those things, and we bounced back, and we fully deserved that tonight. That's 3 wins out of the last 4, so take that going into next weekend.
Definitely. Well, don't forget as well, we've also got Telford on Thursday here as well, so it should be interesting to kind of, I think, round off as well. I think we've got one more, I think, as well against them this season. But how do you think that's going to be then, sort of playing midweek as opposed to obviously having training sessions?
Yeah, well, it's normal for us. We'll come down here at the same time because we'd normally be training, so we probably have to come down a little earlier than we would for training, but it's the same pattern, so it shouldn't affect us too much. We'll have to just make sure we recover, ready going into the weekend. 3 games in 4 days, come Sunday night, we're going to be a little tired, so we've got to make sure we conserve a little energy, but the points are there for us this coming week. 6 points out of the next 6, and we're in a good position.
Absolutely.
Fingers crossed results go our way, and we're potentially caught up with Bracknell, maybe Swindon, and the most important thing is to push even further away from Sheffield.
Exactly. Right, James, thanks for speaking to us tonight.
No problem.
Well done as well.
Anytime, thank you.
Cheers, thanks. Cool. Okay, tonight's man of the match and team captain again, Jeff Glowa. Feeling pretty positive after that game, right?
Yeah, big win for us. We knew we had to, especially after last night's debacle. Really, we were not very happy with the way we played, and we knew that we had to respond. And again, the character comes through and pick up a big win against a top team.
No, you obviously had a really good game, I would say, as well, notably. But everybody seemed to be clicking as well. All three lines were being rolled. They were, sort of throwing checks and, sort of contributing to the play.
That's what we need to win. It's never going to be about one or two guys. It's a team effort. Everybody contributed, and that's when we win. It's no secret. When we win, everybody's contributing. When we lose, we don't have that. So it's not really a secret, I don't think. We had a great crowd tonight, and it's definitely nice to go away with the win, and hopefully that the crowd is entertained.
Definitely. Now, one thing I noticed, particularly over the whole game, really, was you particularly take a lot of the face-off draws as well, and the team as a whole seemed to have quite a high success rate on the draws. Is that something you can work on, or is that something that just kind of comes naturally with?
We do work on it, and it seems like such a small thing to maybe people that don't know the game, but it's puck possession, and you've seen tonight. All I did was win face-offs, and guys were throwing good pucks on the net, and they were going in. I mean, it's a huge thing, and it seems like a little thing, but it is a huge thing. Like we seen tonight, how many goals did we score off the face-offs? That's like I said, that's more time that we have the puck and less time that they do. So it is something that we work on, and we try to take pride in, and tonight it paid dividends.
Definitely, yeah. Now, obviously moving on from this weekend, which is obviously getting us a little bit closer to Bracknell, keep our distance from Sheffield as well. But you got Telford on Thursday, and then away on Saturday, and Swindon at home next weekend. Sorry. Yeah. Obviously Swindon last night as well, so you kind of got a bit of a sort of fresh results in mind. Is that some retribution you want to get back for last night?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I heard Telford won again tonight. I think they win because people take them lightly, and I want to do my best to make sure that we don't take them lightly, because they're in top form right now. I do believe that if we work hard and we work smart, that we can pick up those points, but there's no gimmies in this league, but they are important games, and they're points that we have to pick up if we want to make this run into the playoffs.
Definitely. Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff, we'll let you go. Thanks so much for speaking to us, and I hope you go and enjoy a couple of celebratory beers now.
I will. Thanks.
Thanks very much.
Okay.